Hey, my royal kings and queens. Hi, baby. How you doing? I love you guys so much. Baby, look. Now, I stay thinking about some stuff. A lot of things pop up in my head. I don't even say half of what I want to say. But this particular conversation, I feel, is a much needed conversation. So I'm going to be speaking out of 1 Corinthians 15 and 33 in the NIV version. It says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." Baby. Now, I'm sure you surrounded by a whole bunch of people that just will not keep it 100 with you. But I need you to actually do a full environment audit on your life, okay? And I welcome myself to actually see who you hang around at this point because, baby, you are not stuck in life. It's basically the people that you surround yourself around. If you surrounded by the wrong people, honey, you don't even understand that your life is affected so dramatically it's not even funny. Whether it's your finances, whether it's, just the blockages, that you actually encounter when you're trying to look for a job, when you're trying to actually have certain things for yourself. You surround yourself around a certain type of energy and you're unaware. Whether, it's your family, your friends, it's your co-workers, whatever the case may be, it's all a thing. So you have to do an environment audit, okay? Because that stagnancy is connected to those people, to those things. Even going and shopping, at the thrift stores and all that kind of stuff, when you bring certain things into your house, it is connected to your stagnancy, if you will. If you don't, of course, bless those things and pray over those things and remove that negative energy. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but I just want you to know that if you're actually looking for growth in your life, if you're looking for yourself to elevate, if you're looking for things to change in your life, bad soil will never be able to nourish a growth spirit. I want you to know that. All right. So if your soil is tainted in any type of way, your foundation, because I'm a foundational person. I really focus on the foundation because that's where things can grow from. If you're trying to build, but you got people around you that secretly try to tear you down or try to actually speak and talk you out of ideas that you are trying to come up with. It's not you thinking that there's something that's off. It is off. It really is. If you're around people that do more gossiping more than they pray, or they spend more than they actually save, or they party more than they actually make plans of their future or their present, you're going to be connected to that as well, and you're going to be stagnant with them. If you're around situations where you don't see any building, you know what I'm saying? If they doing the same thing that they did last year, or you feeling constantly drained and exhausted, that is because, like God said, bad company corrupts good character. And a lot of y'all know when you're different than the people that you are hanging around. You can tell that there's something that's kind of different about you, but you don't actually move on that thing. You get comfortable with the environment because you got this underlining contract of you don't want to be by yourself, or you don't feel comfortable, and you got like a codependency, a little type of tinge of codependency with these stagnant people. But I'm telling you, kings and queens, today is the day that you actually need to break away from that stagnancy and be okay with being independent. Be okay with the fact that you are actually the anomaly of the whole situation. You are so much more. You actually great. You're actually, something to be admired. Okay, but you have to do an audit on that environment and choose to actually be that great and excellent person that you can be, the one that has purpose, the one that actually lives in love, the one that's actually excellent, the one that actually has big dreams, the one that's actually not really stuck, but you're keeping yourself stuck. See, you're not going to be able to fly like an eagle if you hanging around chickens that decide to be in the cage and don't want to go outside because the sun is too bright for them. You got to let them go, baby. You got to let them go so you can grow. God is always going to send you up on your elevation and up on your growth and up on you choosing yourself. God is always going to send you a new group of people that's either doing better than you or are thriving to actually make you better than what you are right now. That's going to point you in the right direction. Okay. But you cannot have your past situations and all that stagnancy and actually have something that's gonna be bigger and better than that, or be able to have them coexist, because it just doesn't work that way. You gotta let it go. So at some point, because I'm the first one to tell you to get away from bad company, you gotta actually choose that for yourself. I'll talk to you later, kings and queens. I love you so much.